Hello, my fellow speakers. This is Brian, the Speaker for the Dead, coming to you with a new video today. Mainly, I wanted to cover a topic that has been on my mind for a little while, and something that I see as a rising problem within fandom. So, the subjects I want to cover today are two groups, and these are just examples of groups. There's probably lots more out there. The Fandom Menace and the Grey Council, or the Grey Order. I wanted to talk about this because these two groups of fandom seem to be kind of in a Cold War kind of situation. And what it comes down to me is it seems like there's more ideology than fandom going on in this little conflict. It's more of a liberal fans versus conservative type fans kind of thing. Now, I don't think that necessarily holds true all the way around, but let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. So I was watching a live stream a few weeks ago that was a part of the Fandom Menace. It had Geeks and Gamers and a few other people on it. Then they brought on someone who was more in line with the Grey Order, and Mad Max, and they kind of proceeded to gang up on him, which I've seen that happen a couple of times, where a whole bunch from one group will bring one person on from a different perspective and then seemingly take them to task and make fun of them and be fairly unpleasant to that individual that's come on, leaving them in a very defensive situation. Now, I hadn't seen that happen the other way around from the Grey Order's side till the other night on Darth Daddy Lunga's channel, the Grey Council, and he had some different people on there, one of which I really like is the Ambassador, and they have had a guy on called CJH, which is also a subscriber to my channel. Now, I don't know CJH. I know him as he's a subscriber to my channel. But I try and stay fairly neutral. I am a more conservative person. I do identify very strongly with that side of, I guess what you call the political aisle, but more libertarian than anything else. So as I was watching this, Darth Daddy Lunga brought CJH on, and apparently there'd been some Twitter drama behind the scenes that I wasn't aware of, and so because of this Twitter drama, they proceeded to attack CJH. Not as much Ambassador. Ambassador seemed to be more offended by the fact that CJH had been kind of friendly with him at one time, and then because of the fourth wave, which is part of the Fandom Menace, kind of dropped away from associating with the Ambassador. And his concerns seemed mildly valid and stuff. And then but Darth Daddy Lunga was just going after CJH like he had committed treason, like he was the worst person ever. I don't like you, and I F you, and F and this and that. And I mean, it just, watching it, it made me feel like I was watching the drama between my daughter, who's in her teens, and her friends. And
you cannot blow up my head with your mind.
Then I'll settle for an aneurysm.
Stop it.
You hit me. You saw that? He hit me.
Trying to blow up my head.
So it was working.
It wasn't. It was not. You are a nutcase.
Oh, see about that. Heads up, you people in the front row. This is a splash zone.
Stop it. Quit it.
And I just sat there watching that thinking, this isn't making anybody look good. I don't know if this is supposed to, but I mean, supposedly, I guess it's drama to get clicks. It's this false, you suck, no, you suck, no, you suck. But it was like watching two squabbling groups of children. And it really concerned me because I consider myself a loose member of the Fandom Menace, because I like very much the reporting they do, the comedy stuff that they try and put out, and stuff. But I'm not, like what you would say, completely aligned with them. But I don't really like the way the Grey Order goes because it seems like they're just kind of wishy-washy on things. And like, I can't really figure out what they're for and what they're not for, which is fine. Everybody can have their own groups. And that's the thing about this video. I'm not trying to crap on anybody. What I'm trying to say is why.
Why can't we all just get along?
Why do we need to do this? What is to be gained by attacking one another and mistreating one another over fandom, over things that we're supposed to love? What happened to disagreeing without being disagreeable? And it's just sad. I'm 45 years old, and I stopped caring about high school antics and perceived drama years ago. And I tolerate it very, very poorly at this point in my life. So here's my big question. Does anybody remember when fandom used to be fun? Boy, I do. I don't feel like fandom is that much fun anymore. I feel like we spend so much time badgering each other and attacking each other over our opinions or perceived slights or whatever will get us clicks and drama on the internet or on YouTube. I just think if that's what I have to do to become popular, I don't want popularity. If that's what I have to do to get to 1 million views on YouTube, I don't want it. I want to be the reasonable voice in the room. I want to be the one that isn't throwing tantrums on the internet. In the last little while, I've had some really unpleasant experiences. And I made a video about one such experience that on a live stream that I was watching. I was just making some comments, and I got called out, and I got called a name, and by somebody I didn't even know, and I just thought, yeah, okay. And in my mind, the second you start calling people names and trashing them like that, you've lost the argument. And it's just like, because you can't refute what they're saying legitimately through dialogue and stuff, you just start calling them names in an attempt to win. And if that's all you're interested in is winning, you end up looking terrible in the process. You really do. I don't like the way our culture has become so coarse and crass and just unpleasant in our dialogue with each other. We just treat each other poorly and run each other down, and that's not what this is supposed to be. And I don't want to be a part of any group that would do that. I mean, I was on the fence with the Grey Order until I saw that stream. I was thinking about trying to affiliate a little bit with them and kind of go between the groups and be the voice of calm and reason where I could be. And but I found that I after watching Darth Daddy Lunga's live stream and what he did, I couldn't be a part of something where somebody can do that. Jump on somebody, attack them, just go after them in a horrible manner. And I'll admit, I do not know the all of the facts of the Twitter drama that went on behind the scenes. And you know what? I don't care, because Twitter is about drama. Twitter is about calling people names and being pathetic and sad to each other. And you know what? It would have meant a lot more to me and shown me what kind of a group the Grey Order was had Darth Daddy Lunga come on there and just brought CJH on, had a reasonable dialogue with him, and then just said, look, I disagree with you. I disagree with the way you handled the situation, but, I wish no harm upon you, and, go in peace and stuff like that. But I choose not to associate with anyone who would treat other people in fandom badly just because they don't agree with me. The only time I would me personally would shun someone in fandom is if their ideas were destructive, which is why I don't like people in Hollywood like Kathleen Kennedy, like Bad Robot, J.J. Abrams. I can't think of the guy's name that's running Kurtzman. that's running Star Trek right now, because they're pushing political ideology into fandoms where that's not appropriate, or the way they're doing it's not appropriate. Because science fiction has always taken on political topics, has always taken on the current events of the day, but they're clever about it. They're smart. They come at it and they give you usually a balanced approach to both sides. They kind of show you the good and the bad, and they make you think. But they don't come at you and try and show you characters based on real life political figures at the time, and they just don't do that. And it's really sad to see that that's what's happening to our entertainment. And that's what brought the Fandom Menace to the forefront. That's what created the Fandom Menace, was a pushback against Hollywood leftists and communists and socialists and whatever, trying to push their ideologies into existing IPs where what they're doing is not what that IP was ever about. And it's not creative. It's not thought provoking. It's off-putting. It's anger inducing. It causes more contention, not less. As where the original Star Trek took on some very serious topics of racism and sexism and totalitarianism and a lot of really deep political themes of the 1960s particularly, and yet they did it in a balanced, fair, and thought-provoking way that made you think about it from both sides and go, maybe the answer isn't on either of the extremes, it's in the middle where people can come together. But now I see that some of the people in these groups are themselves becoming the polarizing thing that they originally set out to stop. Jeremy with Geeks and Gamers tends to do that quite a bit, and apparently this CJH does a little bit. But I mean, he's entitled to his opinion, and he's entitled to affiliate with or to not affiliate with whoever he wants. I mean, everybody's entitled to that, and nobody deserves to be attacked and assaulted for it. And I don't care who your friends are, and I don't care what they said or whatever. Just let that stuff go. Let it go. Who cares? Or that Firewater FX in that one live stream I was commenting in. I mean, he was belligerent and foul to me, having never met me. And knows nothing about me, and I wasn't being foul or belligerent to him. I was just asking some pretty poignant questions, and he didn't like that, and so he chose to attack me. And I just thought, what a sad way to go into an interaction like that. It really is sad, and there's no reason for that. There's no reason for us to be attacking and assaulting each other over fandom. That's supposed to bring us together, not tear us apart. And if we are being torn apart, we really should step back and go, what has caused this? And we need to look for the people who've caused this contention within fandom, who've caused these problems and these issues. The actors, the creators, the purchasers of our favorite IP, whether it be Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Game of Thrones, whatever. Don't let them divide us. Don't let them be what tears our fandom asunder. We need to rise above these petty people who are trying to destroy what we love, and try and find the good. That's what's really important here. Stop attacking each other. Stop assaulting each other. Stop trying to get clicks through drama. Because some of the most successful channels I've seen in the fandom, such as guys like Thor Skywalker, Star Wars Theory. I mean, that guy's got millions of subscribers, and he is pretty fair and balanced. He's pretty down the line. He never goes too hard one way or too hard the other way. He's just, like, you can just tell he's a mega fan, loves to talk about Star Wars, and he doesn't let himself get pulled into all the drama, which I think is cool. And that's kind of where I want to be. I do not want to be involved in all this drama. And if I find myself in that situation, I'm just going to pull myself back out and just go, okay, I'm backing out for a while, and I'll do my own thing until people calm down, because that's what this should really be about. Whether you're Doomcock, Nerdrotic, Grey Council, Grey Order, the Bear, Nerd Fun, it doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter. Be the best person you can be. Bring to the fandoms what you love, and try and overcome the things that we have as a problem, and help put our fandoms back together. Be the voice for change, for reason, for understanding. Not the voice of crazy, irrational anger and frustration at these things, because that doesn't help us. That doesn't help fandom. That just divides us. And that's exactly what a lot of these people that are doing this stuff, that's exactly what they want. They want us divided. They don't want us talking to each other and being together, because then their shows aren't as popular, or that's what they think. And how sad is that that guys like Rian Johnson, who purposely set out to tear the fandom in half, we let him succeed. We let him win. So sad. We need to just forget about Rian Johnson. Put him off in the background and not let him succeed at what he attempted to do. And we need to try and mend fences between fans and fandom and find what we can agree on. Just agree to disagree where we don't, where we can't find agreement. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Let's be, good to each other. Let's do the right thing. Let's be happy. Let's seek to find the good, and don't let these actors and so-called creatives behind the scene destroy what we love. Let's keep what we love in our hearts and hope for a day when everything's better and back to the way it should be. I'm not watching the new Star Treks because I can't. That they're not really Star Trek in my opinion. But anybody who loves them and wants to watch them, more power to you. That is great. Enjoy and stuff, but understand that what you're watching isn't what Gene Roddenberry set out to create. Gene Roddenberry never set out to create something that was going to be decisive and hateful and mean-spirited and dystopian and crazy. That's not who he was. That's not what he wanted to do. And if you think it is, you don't understand Star Trek. It's just my opinion, and you can disagree with me. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and support the creators and the creative people out there on YouTube that are calling for peace, that are just talking about what they love and doing the what they can to create great fandom again. Don't support these people that are trying to tear us apart and tear us asunder, and it doesn't matter who they are. But when you go to those channels, look for the positive and just avoid the negative. Like I said, I love Doomcock, and he can be very negative about stuff, but he's very funny and very creative. So I appreciate him for that. And that's what we need to look for. And if somebody is just offensive and terrible, don't support him. Walk away. Walk away from them and go find somebody that you can support and that does want to talk about the good things and go in the right direction. Not to say I'll ever glaze over the negative things, but I'm not going to dwell on that stuff. I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to tell you what's happening and give you my opinion and my takes, but I'm not going to sit there and try and trash everybody and everything. And it's all dead. It's dead, dead, dead. It's not dead. Nothing of fandom is dead for me because I keep it alive. For myself, for my family, for my kids, and for the people that I associate with. So anyway, get out there and have yourselves a great day, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye now.